So we always knew from the start that immigration was going to be a weak point for Biden, especially in reference to how Republicans were going to attack him. It's not surprising that his numbers on immigration are at their lowest because we've heard so many attacks that he created a crisis on the border. Now, that's not exactly a fair argument policy-wise, but on the political front, it was coming no matter what because the issue has been so successful and was so successful for Republicans and for Trump in 2016. So setting the politics aside, we knew that was coming. That was going to be hard for Biden. On the policy front, Biden's changes have actually not been that dramatic. There's a lot to do through executive action on immigration, as demonstrated better by no one than by President Trump. He didn't actually move anything immigration related except for some wall funding through Congress. And he completely revamped the U.S. immigration system. Now, there are several areas that Biden has targeted. The first one is processing children at the border and what's known as the Remain in Mexico or Migrant Protection Protocols program. So he did away with this MPP or Remain in Mexico Trump policy completely. It was anathema to the the way the Democrats view policy making on the border. So he did away with that, which did generate a higher influx of people coming across the border, but in a more or less controlled manner. And that's the thing where Biden, I think, will be judged on policy. If they maintain a certain measure of control, is sort of like process everyone who comes through the border, and they don't let it get out of hand to the point where the administration doesn't know who's coming, then they will have succeeded. They will still receive criticism. I mean, there's no way they're going to get out of the criticism. They just have a completely different policy view on how to handle the issue. But if they can manage it, go through Border Patrol, through ORR, the Office in Refugee Resettlement, and actually place people throughout the country and sort of share the initial costs of absorbing asylum seekers or prospective asylum seekers, and not sort of burden just border communities, that will be considered a success. And I think fundamentally that's what the Biden administration is doing. They, in general terms, they compare themselves to two previous administrations, to FDR and to Obama. FDR is who they want to be, and that's mostly on an economic front. And oddly, despite that Biden played a key role in the Obama administration is what they don't want to be, both on the economic front and on the immigration front. They don't want to be the Obama administration in the sense that the Obama administration spent nearly 8 years, but certainly its first 2 years, trying to play to the far right crowd, showing how they were very strong on enforcement and weakening their base support on the left and with the pro-immigrant communities for absolutely no gain, because, I mean, eventually, who on the far right was actually going to vote for Obama, right? So they essentially built that Trump base, and they built the immigration Trump base, and Biden knows that he gains nothing from feeding that side. He gains nothing, and he's going to get attacks from that side, and Republicans are going to band behind the far right, no matter what he does. So he's trying to play to the center and to the left, and what he can't lose is the center.